G'day YouTube, my name's Reese. I'm coming to you from New Zealand, and in this video I'm going to show you how I do my distilling, making vodka, in my tiny house. So this isn't a how to distill video, this is just how I do it, in my process. I know a lot of people will disagree with things that I do or don't do, but it works for me, and that's the main thing. So I hope you enjoy. So I'll show you my still first of all. This is the Copperhead, forget what it's called. The brand is Copperhead. It's like the T500. It's got a 2000 watt, yeah, Copperhead, there. It's a 2000 watt boiler on high and 1000 watts on low. And it goes up through this beautiful stainless steel copper column. So the first thing I need to do is get this, the wines or whatever they're called, into the still. So I'm going to be siphoning it from my tiny house staircase onto the ground. Right, so let's clean this up. I'll clean up this bucket with the wastewater that comes out of the still later because it'll be nice and hot. So just drag this along the floor and we plug her in. To turn it on at all, so yeah, turn it on, get it cranking. So we put this on and we lock it down. So here I have a fish pond pump. It's just the right amount of power to cool the still down. So what I do is I put it in this bucket here, fill this bucket up with water, and we attach the water in hose to the needle valve. So the reason I use a fish pond pump is because, I don't know if you can hear the main pump going. If I was to use the main pump to pump the water through here for 2 hours, I think it would blow, or it would just get too hot and it's loud. So now the still is heating up. We're just going to double check the thermometer goes. Yep, she looks good. So that just pops into the little fitting in here. So water in is going all the way into there. Water out is going into the sink, into drainage. I will try to save a lot of the wastewater. The next thing I'll do is set up the methanol jug. So I like to be extra safe, and I take about 150 to 200 mils of methanol from this 24 5 litre wash. Then I'll start collecting the good stuff. Alrighty, we're in the rapid increase stage, so as you can see it's possibly a good time to turn the water cooler on. So what I'm going to do is this is going to go into here, and I'm going to clamp that on the side so it doesn't spill. When there's enough water in there, I will rinse it out, throw it in the garden. But for now we've got to keep an eye on this, so it's creeping up. What we're aiming for with this particular still is, oh yeah, the water just cooled it right down. So we're aiming for about 46 to 49 degrees. So it's measuring the temperature from this little bit here. And yeah, we've got to keep an eye on that in case it gets too empty or too full. And we've just started to collect the first bit of methanol, so that'll take about 5 minutes. So I've collected 200 mils of that. That should be all the methanol plus ethanol, just to be on the safe side. So now we're going to put it into here. And I don't worry about heads or hearts. I just separate the methanol and the tails. The still is outputting at around 90%. So I'm quite happy with that. I am running a little bit too hot, and I have maxed out the cooling as far as it can go. So there's nothing I can do about it except chuck ice cubes in. I don't have any of those, so yeah, it may just be a case of saving this batch and redistilling it a bit later on when I've got a cooler temperature. So I'll take this opportunity to give it a little bit of a clean. Nothing too shit, this is what happens when you don't pay attention. So that just overflowed. So a lot of things to think about, and I tend to get a bit stupid sometimes. So I'll give this a little bit of a scrub as I go. So it's about now that I'll start to collect it in smaller increments so I can separate the tails off. So I'll give it a bit of a sniff test. That still smells really nice. So we'll put that into the main batch. And yeah, I'll just keep collecting 100, 200 mils out of this and sniffing it. Hey, I can smell that horrible, disgusting tail smell. Okay, so I think it's about time we shut the still down. For the amount we're getting out, it's not worth the power. So I'm gonna turn everything off. Do the cleanup. So that concludes my tiny house distilling video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, so all there is to do now is have a party. You're all invited.